Welcome to Goalfest Conclave 2021 by Herald Global and Bark Asia. Today we have Mr. Kiran Ranga, the MD of Iris Home Fragrances. Iris Home Fragrances designs and manufactures fragrances to provide a complete experience for energizing and soothing the mind. Welcome to Herald Global and Bark Asia, Mr. Kiran Ranga. My first question to you will be, like, during these volatile times of the pandemic, what is the change your brand had to go through?
Well, during the first wave, we actually engaged with the local administration, and our first thought was how can we support the local community as a company and an organization based in Mysore. And with the help of our employees, we provided the local administration with masks, PPE kits, hospital beds, anything that will help them with the immediate need. We also realized that we could modify one of our fragrance filling lines to make sanitizers, and with whatever requirements of local registrations, in a matter of just about 20 days, we were able to supply almost about 100,000 sanitizers free of cost to the local authorities, which did help them quite a lot. And as far as brand Iris is concerned, we realized that during the pandemic, our customers, our patrons, are actually homebound. So what we said is that Iris should endeavor to bring the experience of spa to the consumer's doorstep. Right. So to this extent, we launched a range of aromatherapy-based products focused on 4 specific needs of the consumer. One is de-stress, the other is better sleep, the third is breathe easy, and the fourth is rejuvenation. So, during the pandemic, people being at home, we realized that stress is a major issue. People were not able to sleep well. So there are a lot of essential oils. For example, lavender, which will help in de-stress.
Right.
And there are natural essential oils like verbena, which are certified and tested to help in sleeping better, aiding with better sleep. Oils of eucalyptus and rosemary will help in breathing easy. And for rejuvenation, we can use a blend of oils, including rosemary, geranium, and even cedarwood. And the other thing is, as we went ahead during the pandemic, as a national brand, we had to adapt our supply chain to the changes in transport restrictions. Right. Different markets were getting into lockdown at different points of time. So we had to plan on the go, and we ensured by being nimble and operating effectively with different depots that we operate out of, we ensured that our trade partners get all the inventory on time.
Right.
And the other significant thing is that we built our online presence in a significant way. As a new category, we had devised our website and our online strategy to create awareness and help people better access products online. We also enabled door delivery of our products from our boutiques. I think these are the significant things that we did.
Right. So what is the core value that Iris has maintained, to top the chart of excellence?
All right. Well, Iris is a home fragrance brand. So the whole idea of home fragrances is new to the Indian consumer.
Right.
So as a brand philosophy, a guiding philosophy for the Iris brand, we coined the following phrase. So Iris brand philosophy is to create complete sensory experiences through fragrance and form design that delights consumers in their everyday lives. The important thing here to understand is fragrances in the home context is a fairly new idea and experience for the Indian consumer. In a lot of instances, fragrances are in the form of agarbattis, because agarbattis are used during morning prayers. That's a means of keeping the home fragrant. Now, Indian consumers can even use flowers to keep the home fragrant. But the idea of using reed diffusers, vaporizers, potpourri, and formats like these are very new. The idea itself is new. So Iris has been a pioneer in the home fragrance segment, and we've done this by continuously innovating new product formats. Like I mentioned, reed diffusers, which work on capillary. You know, there are vaporizers where you have either electric vaporizers or you have candle-based vaporizers where you use candles or tea lights to heat water and oil to dissipate fragrance. The other new formats that have come up are things like ultrasonic misters. You know, these are all very exciting and new formats, which definitely you'll see in homes more and more as we go forward.
Right.
Now, the other things for us in terms of core values of the brand is that we believe in 3 pillars of competence. One is on fragrance design, the other is product informed design, and finally, it's delivery system design. What do I mean by fragrance design? Well, as a group, we are also the founders and marketers of the Cycle brand of agarbattis. And if you look at our family, it's a family business. We are in the 3rd generation. For 3 generations, our family has been practicing creative perfumery. So we create fragrances for our products, which make us very different from any other player in the market. I am a perfumer myself by training. Wow. I've studied perfumery in the UK myself. So we understand the Indian consumer's palate for fragrances, and we develop fragrances which we think the Indian consumer will prefer. And these don't have to do with very Indian fragrances, but it's more of what kind of palette of floral fragrances. And as the market and tastes are evolving, we have even seen some gourmand fragrances, fruity floral fragrances, different kind of formats, you know, with evolving trends. We've seen consumer preferences also evolving. So we understand what the preferences of the Indian consumer are and design fragrances accordingly. And what I mean by form design and product design is that with the Iris brand, we are not only delivering fragrance, we are delivering a complete experience of the product. So if you look at our reed diffuser, or if you look at our vaporizer, it may be made in ceramic, it may be glass or even metal. Yeah. So the way in which the accessory is designed, it is meant to extend our consumers' interior decor. So we have to keep an eye on decor trends, not only in India, but decor trends overseas. So we look at textures, we look at colors which are emerging. You know, if you're using ceramic, what kind of treatment of ceramic? Is it going to be matte, gloss? What colors? What kind of shapes of ceramic? All these aspects go into designing the accessory, which complements interior decor. And finally, what I mean by delivery system design is, even though fragrances, the idea of fragrances is simple, when you have to deliver fragrance in a given space into the air, it can be done through different means. You know, for something like a reed diffuser, there is no source of heat. So you have to dissipate fragrances through natural rattan reeds, only through capillary. So we have to have solvents which will enable us to effectively make the product perform for about 30 or 45 days. And when it comes to things like ultrasonic misters, you're looking at ultrasonic vibrations which convert water and fragrance into a state of vapor. So we have to design the formulation accordingly to perform. You know, even with candles, we'll have to design the fragrance for candles in a different way. So each product has its own nuances in terms of how you design the delivery system, how you make the fragrance spread in the air. So these are the 3 pillars for us in terms of competence. As a group, in terms of our core values, we have always believed in being innovative as a company. We believe in social responsibility. To that extent, we are amongst the first and probably only carbon neutral certified incense and fragrance company in India to date.
Oh, and, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And we do use sustainable practices, not only in our packaging. So we make it a point to be compliant in terms of packaging. We used as much of recycled plastics in our packaging as possible.
Right.
We also believe in no child labor, and that's something that we have practiced ever since our incorporation. We are also very proactive when it comes to conformance to regulations and safety. So all our fragrances conform to an industry body regulation called as IFRA. So we are compliant with IFRA.
Okay.
It's not a mandate, but we would like to be compliant proactively. So we are IFRA compliant, we are GRAS compliant. So whatever compliances are required, not only in India, but even in the overseas market, we are compliant with all the requirements for our Indian consumer as well. And we treat all our consumers as the same. We also believe in collaborative relationships with vendors. Our trade partners, vendors, and our distributors have been a part of us for generations. So you would find that our distributors have worked with us for 30 or 40 years. We have so many employees who've been with us for about 30 or 40 years. So we believe in long-term collaborative relationships. And finally, we also believe in giving back to society. We have a very strong CSR arm, and we do a lot of CSR initiatives. One of the notable initiatives that we do is we have a school, a boarding school for visually challenged girl children.
Okay.
This is between class 2 and class 10 now recently. So we house almost about 90 girl children. And we help them be independent. And we are very happy to see that some of them have gone on to do, after our school, gone on to do degrees, and they have got employment on their own. So this is a very fulfilling thing for us.
That's amazing. So like you just mentioned right now, like you have like extensive R&D and, like a lot continuous innovation to deliver as per how the times are changing. So what is the impact that you have created on the consumers and stakeholders?
Certainly, I think one thing that I can say for sure, in keeping with our guiding philosophy, the brand has created an awareness of the use of home fragrances and the use of home fragrances for emotional well-being. This is especially relevant in this time because, in the modern day, we go through a lot of stress, whether it's work stress, general stress of, everyday living. So the idea of using fragrances for de-stressing yourself, for mental well-being, that's the first thing that we have achieved. One of the key insights that we got when we had a qualitative survey, when we were asking both working women and we were asking homemakers as well about what do you think about fragrances. And one of the insight which came out strongly was that a fragrant home is a happy home. So one of the homemakers actually said that if her family members walk in and they say, wow, the home smells nice, she feels very good about it because it goes to show that she has managed the home well and there's a very happy and positive ambience. So fragrant home is a happy home. That's a very strong insight for us. And we believe that we have brought happiness to our patrons and help them, unwind after a long day's work. So we have introduced a lot of new formats which are not there in India, including reed diffusers, fragrance vaporizers or oil burners, potpourri, ultrasonic misters. So we've been through a lot of firsts. And as we established ourselves in the market, we had to go through a lot of new channels for distribution as well. So home decor outlets, when they started off in early 2000s, we were amongst the first and probably only brand which were present with home fragrance products in home decor outlets. So you will find our brand in most of the home decor outlets in India now. We were also present in flower shops, in new age and wellness stores. So we formed different channels through which we could sell our products.
Right.
I think these are the significant changes that we have done and created impact as a brand.
Okay. So I wanted to know, Swati, what steps the government can take to, help the growth of the home fragrance industry?
One significant thing is that when we have defined our category as complete sensory experience, which means that we need fragrances and we need accessories as well. Most of our accessories we source in handicraft clusters around India. So for ceramic, we will go to Firozabad. For other materials, we can go to Khurja and Saharanpur as well, all around Delhi. There are handicraft clusters in the south as well. Around Chenpatna, you have a cluster where people are very well versed with making wood-based products. Then you have terracotta-based cluster around Kerala. So I think one of the things that the government can do is there is a lot of innate talent in handcrafted products in India, and the government is doing their bit in certain instances. You know, there is, for example, around Chenpatna, the government has created a handicraft cluster with the infrastructure for wood. I think the government can help sustain local craft and local artisans by creating means for infrastructure for them. I think that's a significant thing that they can do. The other thing is to showcase the talent of India. The government can showcase the artistic wealth of India by having exhibitions. You know, there is one exhibition called EPCH, Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts, which is in Noida. And I think the government can replicate this in different parts of the country and encourage the handicrafts industry.
Right. So, lastly, I would like to ask you, how do you feel about creating a benchmark and winning the prestigious Brands of India award?
Well, this is a significant achievement for us. I'm very happy to say that I'm humbled as a company. We are humbled with with the recognition about what we have done, and we look forward to challenging ourselves and pioneering a new sector which will bring happiness to the consumers. So thank you to the prestigious Rising Brands for recognizing us, and we will strive to keep up our position and do our best.
Definitely. So thank you, sir, and all the best for your future endeavors.